So here we go. It's time to meet our community, the Hispanic business community here in Orange County. Powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio. Streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center. Hard for me to talk today because my mouth is watering. We have, well, I'll let John set it up here. We got some good treats here today.
Well, Paul, we are excited today because there's some delicious enchiladas in front of us. Oh, my goodness. Thank you.
Say that again real slowly.
Delicious enchiladas. And they're brought today by our good friend Ana Laura Padilla, who's the business owner at Perla's Mexican Cuisine, and also Tacos by Perla, which is another one of her restaurants across from Santiago College. But she's also an accountant, which she has an office down in 4th Street, right? And she's also...
So does that make her a bean counter? Like enchiladas and beans? I'm trying to make a bad joke here. Does that make her a bean counter? No?
She's also a commissioner for Valley of Mesqua, the mayor of Santa Ana, at the Economic Development and Housing Commission. And then help me with this. This is called Themis Multi-Services. That's your accounting businesses, right?
That's my accounting business.
All right. Can we get more maybe on her sound, Paul?
Yeah.
You good here? Awesome. And so welcome, Ana Laura Padilla.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you. Because when people bring us delicious enchiladas like these, I mean, Paul, okay.
Are we going to eat these during the
All right,
show?
let's give this one to Paul because he's been waiting long enough.
Patiently.
Paul is over there. He loves when people bring him food. All right, Paul?
Happy engineer, happy show.
Happy engineer, happy show. He took that from my happy wife, happy life. Ana Laura, before we get into, first and foremost, this beautiful restaurant you have in downtown Santa Ana, and of course your new other restaurant, which, by the way, our Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce thank you for having us as part of your grand opening, your ribbon cutting. No. Let's get into you. We want to learn more about you. I know you're a little shy, but we want to learn. I've learned so far that you were born in Michoacan, which is the state where my mom's from in Mexico. So tell us a little bit about you, please.
Well, first, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here. A little bit more about me. Well, I'm a mom of an amazing 18-month-old little baby.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you, Emiliano. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I'm a
Shout out to
sister.
your husband.
Yes.
Right? Al esposo. All right.
And yeah, I happen to be very blessed to have a great example in my life with just my mom. And thanks to the great duo that we make, because this is a mother-daughter duo, the restaurant.
Okay.
We opened Perla Mexican Cuisine back in 2019.
Wow.
Yes, so it's been a roller coaster.
So you opened it right in the middle of the pandemic.
In the pandemic, yes.
Wow.
We opened December, and by March we were closed because of the pandemic. So, yeah, we were getting super excited, and then again, we have to close. So
what a challenge, right?
Yes, it's been very, very challenging, but I feel like the more challenges you get, the stronger you get, and when you outcome it, like it's better. Like,
but I think there's something in you that, I mean, I've read your resume. I know friends that know you. I've been to your restaurant. I think that a lot of it probably has to do with who you are as far as how you were raised, right? Being from Michoacan, my mom is from Michoacan. There's got to be something there from your roots, your parents, right? Your mother.
Definitely, yeah.
What would you say that is?
Well, we have strong personalities.
Okay.
And yeah, well, just a little bit of background of me. My mom is an attorney in Mexico.
Okay.
My dad always like sell cars. He's really good at making businesses. So I grew up with a very busy mom. She was always working. She loves her career. She was very passionate. Then in 2008, the mafia started getting into our family. She got
in Mexico.
In
Michoacan.
Yes, in Michoacan.
Wow.
So she got some problems there. She unfortunately got kidnapped 3 times.
What?
Yes, it was
Your mom was
crazy.
kidnapped?
Yes.
I know we've been seeing a lot of this stuff on the news.
It's real.
This really happens.
It's real. Yeah, it's real. So,
Wow. That is scary.
It is scary. So we feared.
How old were you then, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
was 17. I was
17. So you were a young
Yes.
teenager in high school.
And I was a problem teenager.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a rebelde.
Really?
Yes, believe it or not. Yes. I
Even
was
though
a
you had
headache.
these cool parents that were like,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. I was just mad.
She's like, I don't know. And here we have enchiladas, Johnny.
Yeah, yeah. So
What?
definitely like not like how I used to be when I was 16,
Did-
17.
Did this happening to your mom as a rebellion young lady, did it kind of like straighten you up and go, whoa? Like-
No, of course it did. Like I never really have this close relationship with her because again, I was a teenager and I was always fighting with
Yeah.
her. But she's been always a very strong woman and she has a very strong character. She was never before the lovey-dovey mom, you know. She was also very strict. And I think like I was just upset at that.
Yes,
And
yes.
it was very difficult, but when we saw that, we've always been a very close family, very, very close family. So she had some friends here in Santa Ana, and they say, you know what, come over here. Like, what are you doing over there? We care for you. We care for your family.
Especially after 3 times.
It was really bad, and then we had to pay like that quote every month for her freedom.
What?
So it was
Like a constant going
like fee.
fee?
Yeah,
To have
constant
your freedom.
To have your freedom.
This
to
is
not
like
be
a.
bugged.
We could write a book about this.
Yeah.
I know
definitely
you
have a
love to
novela.
giggle and laugh, but that is crazy, Paul.
No, it is crazy.
That is crazy.
And it's real. And a lot of families go through
Sorry,
that.
Paul's busy eating over here. He was going to make a comment, but
That is unbelievable.
yes.
I can't imagine going through a kidnapping and then
That's-
again and again and again and then
Yeah.
extortion. They're saying
Extortion.
you got to keep paying us money or we'll
Wow.
do
Exactly.
something. Right.
So your family says, "Hey, come over here." And
Yeah,
that-
so we had she had some friends that they say, hey, come over here. We can get you set up over here. We're gonna find things and then you go back, or we'll see what happens. So we came here. We started living with them for like about a month. They had a tax office, so they teach us about taxes. I started working full time. I didn't end up going back to school. My brother and my sister did.
So this family of yours said, not only come over here, but we're going to teach you this
Yes.
trade in the
This
United
trade
States.
in
Because
the United
obviously, taxes in the U.S. is probably very different than in Mexico.
Oh yeah,
it's a whole
definitely.
different world, right?
Definitely, yeah. And my mom also, by being an attorney in Mexico, find out that there's a lot of people that need help here with, you know, when they leave you houses for your parents passed away and they leave you
Yes.
the house, and then you have to do all the paperwork.
The
and all
wills,
that.
right?
The wills and
Yeah.
all that. So my mom was able to help a lot of people that could not go back to Mexico over here. And
Can I ask you one question? I'm sorry to
Yes.
Paul,
interrupt. but
Paul,
this
are you
is an
done eating the
amazing
Paul already finished the enchiladas. That was a record time of
of them.
enchiladas disappearing, by the way.
First of all, before you finish your story, I got
Uh-huh.
to tell you, those are some of the best enchiladas.
Paul just said those are some of the best enchiladas
I've
for
had.
those of you watching on Facebook over there.
And I'll tell you why. Because the it's chicken. And usually when you do enchiladas, the chicken gets dry inside and everything, very moist.
We can't share the secret here, Paul. We
I don't know
can't
how
share
it
the
is,
secrets.
but it really, the chicken, the meat was very moist. And
Great.
what is the sauce you put on it? I don't
is
recognize.
it's my mom's secret sauce.
Yeah.
It really is some. I've never tasted the
Yeah,
sauce. The
it's
sauce
a green
is,
sauce, so it's called enchilada
Oh.
suiza.
yeah, I thought it was
My
just
mouth
a
is getting watery
I thought it
right
was
now.
just, typical verde kind of sauce, but I've never tasted anything like quite
These are like
that.
Suizas, right?
Suizas.
Suizas.
Yes.
So these are Swiss cheese enchiladas.
Yeah.
These are some of my favorite, by the way. I love enchiladas.
I don't know a lot about different enchiladas. My daughter makes them because she's actually from Michoacan too.
Michoacan? Yeah, his
that's where she was
stepdaughter
born.
that he adopted, right?
Great.
Or
Well, not
foster-
my real daughter.
Your
yeah,
real
my,
daughter,
she-
right, I'm
my
sorry.
foster child.
Foster
that we
child,
turned
yes.
into an adopted daughter.
Yes.
Here. And she's from Michoacan, so she's always saying the food that I think Taco Bell or something. That's not Mexican.
No,
no.
You know, no,
So Paul gets to go home today and tell his daughter, who's from Michoacan, I had enchiladas.
real one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michoacan style.
And we have enchiladas michoacanas, so you definitely have to go to Perla.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's not. I know we're running out of time, and
Hey,
you
you're
got a great
taking up
story
my
to
time
tell.
here, Paul. Come
But
on.
I'd love to know the difference between different regional, how they all, because they all do the same thing, but in a
Well,
different
you
way.
have to go to downtown Santa Ana to Perlas, okay? And then you get to try all the different enchiladas.
So here's the question I was going to ask, though.
Sure.
And it's kind of like last week's show. So I'm assuming your mother comes over. She can't be an attorney here because she can't practice before the
Exactly.
bar here.
Exactly.
So here she's got all this education
Yes.
and a practice,
Yes.
and she has to give that up to come here.
Yes.
Your last guest, was it Jaime? Jimmy? Jaime? However.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy, our ambassador of the year, yes.
He was saying that when he came over from where it was, Colombia or wherever
Yes,
he came
from
from,
Colombia,
he had to give up his successful career, and he was doing something like,
Yeah.
I mean, something.
Which is very common. To get back to
It
your
is.
story, I'm sorry, we got sidetracked by the enchiladas. And Paul, like, you know, he didn't even chew. It was just
really
like,
good.
yeah.
I'm going to go back and finish the last one.
Yeah. So to Paul's point and to your point, you know, your mom, your family leaving, it happens a lot
It does.
to a lot of our families, right? Like you leave everything behind, you come to a whole new world in the
Yes.
U.S. Now your mom is switching, and you guys are switching careers. You know, you're into the whole business tax. You're being mentored by your family.
Yes, so we started working there. My mom started working, and then we find a spot on 4th Street. So my mom decided to open a tax office there while I was full time because we needed the income of my
Is
full
that the
time.
same office right now that we're talking about?
Yes.
How
but
many
then
years ago was that?
It's been 12 years already.
Wow,
Yes.
12 years. Good for you. Good for your mom.
Yeah, so I was helping them. Like I used to work full time with our friends, and then I would run to 4th Street to help them.
Yes.
And it was definitely challenging. Then we finally find a duplex, and bringing Mexican money to the U.S. is not a good deal, right? Because you get pesos into the U.S. It's
Yes.
just very little.
Yes.
And so it started to get like a little tough. But my mom always told us like challenges are just opportunities of growth.
Say that
So,
again.
Challenges are just opportunities of growth.
Did you guys hear that?
So-
Her mom said challenges are just opportunities to grow.
To grow. Yeah.
That's a great quote.
It is.
Coming from a woman
Yes.
who's an attorney
Yes.
from Mexico,
Yes.
3 times, wow,
Yes.
in a hostage situation. That's pretty scary. Strong woman, great advice.
Definitely. So,
Wow.
so yeah, like it's we just started working. We're very blessed to grow the business, to help a lot of the Latino community through our tax office, to be very involved into. For me, it's always educating our Latinos about taxes and about what they have to do, and they can get an IT, and they don't need to have a social, and all those type of things. So I really loved it. And then one of my clients back then used to have a chronic tacos.
That was the first time I ever heard of you. Just so you know. Shelly Padilla, good friend of ours,
Yes.
brought me to your restaurant, or we met or something. And that was the first time she said, yeah, she has a chronic taco, or you mentioned it. And I was
Yes.
like, wait a minute. No way, because I know chronic tacos well. I love the shrimp tacos. And how did that happen?
Well, it happened because I never say no. That's another thing I have that I don't know if
Will
it's
you
a
bring us some
quality.
more food then?
Paul's like, bring us more food. Don't say no.
Maybe.
So an
No, but-
opportunity came up while you're in the
I
tax
just
industry.
have clients that I was doing their taxes for a couple of years already. So this client comes to my office once, and then he say, "Hey Anna, like the owner of the place where I'm working for so many years wants to sell it to me, but I need a corporation, and I don't know what that is." I didn't know what that was back in the day. And
Really?
I'm like, "Oh, I know all about it. I'll do it for you." So the power of networking, right?
Yes.
My teacher that teach me taxes, she was involved into corporate world and knowing how to establish all these. I have a friend that was an attorney as well. So I say, yes, I can have it ready by tomorrow, not knowing that it takes time, right? And they're like, oh, thank you, because I just need that, and they're going to give me this.
You
and
said
blah,
by
blah, blah.
tomorrow, and you didn't even
Yeah.
know.
So I run to my teachers, and I'm like, oh, I need a corporation for this client by tomorrow. You need to explain what I'm going to say to him, because I have no idea. I told him I was going to run his business. I was going to do it for him, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And then she's like, Anna, you cannot have it ready by tomorrow. We need to see the attorney, and it's going to take like 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, oh, no. Anyhow.
That was the
like,
rebellion kid in you from
yes,
Mexico.
Yes. So anyhow, this client was very scared to go into business alone. And then back in the day, the attorney, I don't even remember how much he was charging, but I knew this client could not afford it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for free, but I need 10% of your shares.
Look at you. Look at you. You hear that?
I was like, let's
10%
do it.
of
Yes,
your
I'm like, I know
shares.
how to manage a restaurant. I'll be your HR. I'll be your accountant.
Did
I'll
I have
pay
to
the
just give up
bills.
10% of the station
Yes,
for these
yes.
tacos here? Did
Maybe.
something
Yeah,
happen?
those enchiladas Paul costed you 10% ownership of the radio station. That is
So
awesome.
we
Leverage.
started,
Leverage.
we started our partnership and we grow. And we had a bunch at one point.
You said
Um,
5, I think?
yeah, at one point I
Wow.
was
5
involved with 5.
chronic tacos at one point. Good
Yeah,
for
and
you.
then little by little, we start selling them. We finished with franchise agreements, and it just didn't make sense to continue with the franchise. We didn't share
Yeah,
the
of
same
course. It
goals
happens.
and all
It
that.
happens,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, we remain good friends, and they opened a restaurant in San Clemente not too long ago. I
Nice.
opened Tacos by Perla. So that's how it happened with me going into the restaurant side.
It was by default.
It was just by default.
That's
Yes.
interesting. But again, it was from one thing to another, right? Like if you don't get into the tax business, you never meet these people, right?
Yeah.
And this never happens.
Exactly.
So even though you weren't planning, I mean, you just said earlier this was something I was kind of thrown into, right?
Yeah.
And you took the opportunity. Not too many people do that.
No, but like I said, my mom always said,
Yes.
a challenge is an opportunity for growth. So you take everything. You take everything is given to you, and I'm always thinking ahead of what can I do, what's next. So my mom, it's a great chef. She cooks amazing, and it's a
Because
passion.
she's from Michoacan.
Yes, and it's a passion that she has. Like
Yes.
I don't cook. I do not. I don't like the
Well, you
kitchen.
and I both. You and I both.
But
I'm
then
not-
I had a problem. I got married, and
why is that a
my-
problem? That's a good
because
problem.
I needed to feed him. So then having a restaurant makes so much sense, you know?
You're like, I don't have to cook.
I don't have to
The
cook.
restaurant will provide.
The restaurant will provide. Yes. So see, I even do business in there too.
Look, this is the way I look at it. It's really hard to do both.
Yes.
I know this because my wife, who listens to the show, she's our CFO of our business, you know,
Mm-hmm.
at OC Hospice here. And so it's hard. I see her come home, and I know she loves home cooking, and the boys
Yeah.
love them. And there's days that I'm like, honey, let's just order some food. No,
Mm-hmm.
I want to cook. I want to make something for the boys. But when you've been all day in business, you're a businesswoman,
Yes.
it's hard to come home and then have to cook, right?
And when you don't know how to do it and you don't love
Exactly.
it, it's harder.
When we don't know how to cook, like I'm like, honey, I'll just make a hot pocket in 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And so that the fact that you found a solution to a challenge, again, back
Yes.
to your mom's point, right? That was a great solution because you're like, I don't know how to cook. I'm probably not gonna be the best cook, but it's okay. I'm gonna own a restaurant where they're gonna cook
Yeah.
and my husband's gonna be happy.
Yes.
So your mom implemented a lot, or you're implemented with your mom, of course, in the restaurant, a lot of the recipes that she knows.
Like Perla again was another accident in life, honestly.
Wow.
You know Eddie Quillares from State Farm.
Of course,
I saw
yes.
that corner empty for a couple months, and I called him because he knows everyone in downtown. And I was like, hey, Eddie, like, I really want to rent that place. And he's like, you want to put a Chronic Tacos in there? I'm like, no, I don't want to put a Chronic Tacos in there. But I really like the spot. Can you introduce me to the owner? And I'm going to give it a try. He introduced me to Judy. Shout out to Judy. She believed in me. She
Really?
believed.
She's the owner of
She's the owner of the business.
Wow.
And
What was there? So before that, there
it
was.
was Fleener's on Fourth,
Okay.
her business, but
Okay.
it was all designed by her late husband.
Okay.
So it was just too much for her to carry on.
So when Eddie makes his introduction, you're saying
Mm-hmm.
she believed in you, huh?
I opened my heart. I don't like to lie more when it's a business transaction. So I
Yes.
told her I don't have money, but I have a lot of
Passion.
ganas and passion to make
right?
it happen.
Ganas,
Yes. I believe in
Not
my
to
mom's
mention
cooking.
a portfolio of great recipes.
Yes.
As we have seen,
Yes.
these delicious enchiladas, which, by the way, I've had before many times.
Yes.
So she
So
believed in you.
She believed in me. She gave me the opportunity. I have not talked to my mom by this time, right? I have not told her anything.
Wow.
And then I got keys. And one day we were going to Mexico, and before going to the
Wait.
yeah,
You get the place, you get
Yes.
the keys.
yes,
Your mom still doesn't know.
no,
You are definitely a rebellion
yes,
child.
yes, yes. So
So you break the news to her on the way to Mexico?
No, like she was at the office, which is a couple blocks away from Perla.
Yes.
And I was like, Mom, before we go to Mexico, like I want to share something with you, just really quick. Come with me somewhere.
What a
So
great story.
I opened the restaurant, and I had a bottle of her favorite tequila, and then I was just like, "Do you want to be my partner? Like this is your dream thing. You always wanted to have a restaurant. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we will find a way.
Wow.
Like please join me into this adventure." And of course she said yes. So
Wow. Was she happy or was she scared?
she was just like, what did you do, child? Like, what is going on? Yeah, she was
Otra vez.
otra vez. Yeah, like here we go.
I can see our moms, otra vez. What did you get me into?
Like, what did you get me
But
into?
this is your
Yeah.
mom's passion.
I
So,
always knew
right?
she wanted that. Like she wanted it. And it's just like she makes a lot of people happy with her recipes. They're amazing. It's the recipes that I grew up with. It's my childhood into a restaurant. So I love it. I love it. It was her way to showing love to us.
Well, it's a good partnership because you can run the operation side, the business side, while your mom is putting all that love into the food, right? And obviously, I'm sure with the chefs that you've now added or whatever, your whole team, that love is still there.
Yeah, it was just like that. We start cooking with some friends that knew how to put the plates pretty, 'cause she just knew how to cook. She
Yes.
didn't know about presentation,
Exactly.
about food cost.
Yes.
But again, the power of network. I had worked previously with an accountant to open a restaurant in Laguna Hills, so I knew a lot about food costs and I knew a lot about of the aspects of budgeting and all these things. So that helped a lot. And one day we were cleaning the restaurant and we decided to open the door and people start coming in and they, are you open? And I was like, sure. We don't have a menu, but I have pictures. And then I showed them my phone and they start ordering. And that's how we opened Perla.
that was like
we
a
have
surreal
not
moment
have
for
a
you.
grand opening. Can
Was
you
that like a
believe it?
surreal moment?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got to do a grand opening.
We have to.
Okay, the
We have
chamber's
to.
doing a grand opening for Perla's.
Perla.
Okay, we're announcing it here. It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen because we never did.
Well, but then again, because of the whole pandemic, right?
Yeah. No, and then my husband put together the whole bar program. So I got buzzed at home many times because he was trying all the drinks on me. And I was just like, sure. So
Sampling all the drinks.
sampling all the drinks. So
Wow.
it's
What
just,
a great story, though.
yeah, I think it's just faith. It's just how it happens. Like, honestly, it did happen from one moment to another.
My dad has an old saying. I say it once in a while on the show, but it's something he would always say, "Como corre el agua," and it's a saying I think in Mexico it's said a lot. I've heard it from my uncles. And sometimes you gotta kind of go with the flow of the
have
water, right? Go with the flow of the water, right? I mean, I know Bruce Lee. That's kind of one of his old sayings too. I
Yeah.
think, and watch how water flows, right? You're like that. You kind of
Yeah.
just go with it, right? You go with the
You do.
punches, and you kind of figure out a way around all these
You do.
challenges that you're talking about. But you got to have that I think that bravery, which I think your mom instilled
Yeah.
in you, right? Or your parents.
Yep.
Can I
Paul
ask
has a question.
one more question? Somebody tweeted in, why Perla?
Yeah, why the name?
Oh, that's actually a very interesting question.
That's a great question. Thank you.
I've been finding out reasons of the name lately.
Okay.
Perla and Pearl. First of all, we thought because it was a hidden pearl, that place. Because it's kind of
Oh.
hidden. Nobody knew about it. So
Yes.
that was the first reaction that we had. Now I see why Perla. Because so the process of an actual pearl, you have to find it in the ocean. Very
Yes.
deep in the ocean, right? You
Yes.
have to open the oyster thing and then you have to clean it. You have to polish it. And now it's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's my mom's life.
Wow.
That's my mom.
That's a
So
beautiful story.
everything that she went through her life, and then all the adversities that she went through, because pearls are formed as a mechanism for the oysters to protect themselves from parasites.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a woman, and that's my mother.
Wow.
She definitely formed herself into this beautiful pearl. And I'm just so happy that with all the things that she has gone in through her life, she's able to polish herself and now show the world how beautiful her life story is, how beautiful she is, and how strong she is. So
Well, I got to tell you, there's going to be a lot of people coming into your restaurant wanting to meet your mom. She's going to become a
amazing.
celebrity, you know?
She's amazing.
Like-
Mami, si estás escuchando, te quiero.
Saludos a la mamá. Are we allowed to say her name?
Laura, yeah, Laura
Laura?
Díaz. Mhm.
Señora, saludos a usted. Qué historia tan bonita.
Yes.
Eh? Qué historia tan bonita. It's a beautiful story. And this is what we love to tell here at the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, our community podcast show. Again, folks, we're here with Ana Laura Padilla, of course, the business owner at Perla's Mexicana Cuisine, and also Tacos Perla, which is across the street from Santiago College.
College. Mhm.
Yeah, which is Chapman, right?
Chapman and Newport. Mhm.
Chapman and Newport. So if you're ever on that side of town,
Yes,
it's
visit.
important. Go support you,
Yes.
because it's more like a fast food, right?
It's more like a fast food.
Yeah.
We have enchiladas there too.
even though you
but-
have tables and everything,
Yes, but it's more like a
Yeah.
fast pace. Yes,
So if any of your kids go to college there across the
Yes,
street,
please come by. And if you're a college student, you got some discounts there.
wait, you have
so
enchiladas like
we
this
have
there?
enchiladas like this in there.
Did you
Yes.
guys hear that? Wow. So in the city of Orange
Mm-hmm.
or in the city of Santa Ana, downtown Santa Ana,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Across from the Federal Building on 4th Street. What's
On
that
4th
other
Street.
cross street there?
Fourth,
Fourth?
and Birch.
Birch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, for those of you that are always like, there's no parking, her restaurant is next door
Yes,
to the parking structure. So you can just pull in there. And I think they have free parking now for like the first
They
hour.
do
or
have
so.
free parking for the first hours, and on the weekends they have 2 hours free parking as well. But not only if you go to Perla, it's very important for you to support the entire community in the downtown. We've
That's
been
right.
going through a lot. So if you stop by there, then go to Teresa's Jewelers, then go
Yes.
to all the bridals that are in there. Go to Centro Naturista to get your vitamins. Go to different other places to get coffee, to get your munchies. There's amazing places in downtown, and I just need to say that we're going through a lot, that it's been a hard times
course.
in Santa Ana for businesses because of all the constructions, all the new developments. So I would like to encourage everybody to please shop in downtown Santa Ana, support your small businesses, because it's definitely challenging right now.
And is she doing something with the new mayor there? Did I see that on the flyer, Valerie?
Oh, yeah. Valerie's a
Yeah.
good friend of yours, right?
Yes,
Jessica?
she is great. I'm so happy to have her as the leader of this amazing city. Not only because she's a woman, but because she has so much determination, and she's supporting businesses so much. And she appointed me as her commissioner for the Economic Development and Housing Commission,
Oh,
which
that's
I'm
great.
super excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We had
Um,
Valerie on the show here, by the
oh,
way,
that's
too.
great.
So
That's
shout out to
great.
Valerie.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you're doing in the community, Valerie. We really appreciate that because, look, at the end of the day, downtown Santa Ana is a very signature area.
It is.
I grew up in Santa Ana as a kid. My parents would take us down there. I remember all the quinceañera stores. I think I've a couple of times rented tuxedos there as a kid, you know, for
Yes.
quinceañeras we were in, right? And so it's a key place for me to see it evolving and
Yes.
changing. That's why for me it was important to have more of all of you that are
Thank
part
you.
of there on our show, because
Yes.
how can we help you grow, get people to go out there again? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know, come support small businesses or local businesses.
And evolution happens, right? But the culture doesn't have to go away.
Exactly.
The culture and our Latino feeling doesn't have to go away.
Yes.
And there's many owners. That Teresa, she's been 38 years.
Who's part of
in-
our chamber,
Yes,
Teresa Jewelry. We're going to
Teresa
have her on the show
yes.
too to
So
tell her
38
story.
years.
38 years.
There's many other ones
Yes.
that have been there for so many years. They also deserve the respect of bringing back that culture, bringing back those Latino families to come support and make them feel welcome again.
I know you mentioned Eddie earlier, and you know, Eddie
Yeah.
Quiates, and we had him on the show, and we talked about, you know, the whole Tamale
Tamal
Fest,
Festival,
right?
yeah.
Those are cool events.
Yes,
Right? Those are great events
We're
for
doing
businesses.
great events with DTSA Feel Good events. I'm part of the board too.
Okay.
So we're bringing back a lot of events for the community, a lot of events that are cultural events like the Tamal Festival. That's
Yes.
great because people get to know about tamales and from different parts of Mexico because we all make them different. And Eddie is doing a great job being our leader and bringing all these community events to downtown, and that's what we need.
I think that's a great marketing opportunity. You have a question, Paul?
No, I'm just saying I'm giving you the
Oh,
wrap-up signal.
He was giving
here.
me this, and I'm thinking he wants more enchiladas.
Well, that too.
He's like, hey, can I get those? No, Paul. These are my wife's enchiladas. You already had your plate. They're so delicious, by the way.
really
I know we're gonna wrap it up soon, but you know, how can people, you know, reach you? Where can they contact you? The social media is obviously
Yes.
right. Instagram.
Instagram at perla.dtsa and then at tacos by Perla.
Yeah.
So,
and you can see a lot of I've seen pictures there, right, of the food. I know
Yes.
everybody's so much into pictures
Yes.
nowadays. Social
No,
media.
and we have deliveries too with Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats. So you can find us anywhere.
And before I forget, folks, they also have a really cool venue
Yes.
upstairs. And it's in fact, there's going to be a couple events we're doing there with some of our partners in the community. And it's a really nice venue. I really like it. It's all brick. It's in downtown
Yes.
Santa Ana. It's got some great views, big windows. So if anybody wanted to host a meeting,
A meeting
right?
network, if you want a party, we rent it for parties too, baby
Yes.
showers, you name it. We'll do everything with that room. So,
So for those of you, there's a restaurant and then there's a venue upstairs.
Yes.
I think a lot of people need to know that. They may not know that. To go out and support you.
No, you're right.
And support everything you're doing because the food is delicious.
Thank you.
Kudos to your team, to the chefs,
my mom.
all the hard workers, your mom, your husband, right?
Yes.
Because I know he's there all the
He's
time
a
with
great
you.
support.
Yes.
He's a great support, and he's my rock. Like, I'm able to grow because of him. So, yes.
And it gives you that quality time with your child, right?
does. He
Making
does.
sure the business is running smooth, right?
Exactly. So, yeah. And just lastly, Mami, te quiero. I'm proud of being your daughter. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
She would have never guessed the rebellion kid you
She
said
will
you
not
were
guess.
would say this
She
on the
will
show.
never guess that we'll be best friends. I
Really?
can guarantee you that.
That says a lot about you and your
Yes.
growth
Yes.
and wanting to learn because not everybody wants to do that, right? So
Yeah.
kudos to you. And again, señora, felicidades en todo lo que ha hecho con este restaurante con su hija. Les mandamos saludos. Viva Michoacán.
Viva
Because my
Michoacán.
mom's from Michoacán too. And thank you for being on the show. And thank you for supporting our youth chamber. We really, really
problem.
appreciate you being part of it, supporting. Come back anytime, okay? And we'll
No,
see
thank
Teresa
you.
here soon from the jewelry store.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, John.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week again on Wednesday. And we do have Estrella Award April 22nd. Continue to follow us at OCHCC, which is our Instagram page, and our Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce page on Facebook. And again, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Please share this video. Let others know because it's all about helping our community. Take it away, Paul.
See if I can swallow quick enough to say this is really good stuff here. Not just the stories, but the food. So come back and join us for more as we meet our community, the Hispanic business community here in Orange County, powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Who else? In Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beal Live Innovation Center.